Good morning. I don't know why my jaw hurts. Uh, Slept weird. So we're gonna be doing some exercise. Mostly stretching. Very bad flexibility in my hips and my back and, you know, pretty much all the places. And for health reasons, try and do a little bit of flexibility work. Isn't there supposed to be a light over here? Sorry guys, one second. There you go. And yeah, man. We're gonna do flexibility. We're gonna do some holds. Nothing too crazy. Probably for like an hour, and then I'm gonna shower, food, and then go to work. Yeah. So generally with stretches, try and hold them. Well, it depends on what you're working your stretch for, right? If you're doing it for flexibility, then around 30 seconds is a good idea. And that's what I'm mainly aiming for. Aiming for flexibility in certain areas, improving strength is going to be something else. So I'll talk about that. But like flexibility in general, it's like a multifaceted thing, right? It's not just stretching a muscle group. It can also mean strengthening a particular area, so you can gain more range of motion, right? By the way, with this stretch, I very rarely feel it unless I've blasted my shoulders. But still comfortable starting stretch nonetheless, right? And generally when I do like my stretches and my motions, I try and work them section by section, so like chest, shoulders, and like all that. And then I'll work the holds that I want to do, and because I'm stretching and I'm strengthening areas. Okay, neck. This one here, I'll do for the triceps. Hold it. My triceps aren't really that tight, but I try and pull down on the elbow and slide my hand down as I do, and I kind of pull it down as well as slightly in the opposite direction, and that gives me that stretch there. Kind of dance around. And sometimes I got my stopwatch on my neck, which is actually in my pocket. Oh man. Oh. I was not excited for this. It's like my least favorite thing. This is, I don't know if you guys were here last video, you would have heard. I said, you know, eat your broccoli first or eat your vegetables first is what was taught to me as a kid. Because then you get all the tasty meat. Eat all the tasty meat, eat all the tasty food. For me, the tasty food when it comes to exercise is just, you know, training, physical training, resistance training. Training at home, well, that sucks. And then also, stretching at home. Oh my goodness. You would not catch me doing this a few months ago. I would be too frustrated with the idea of doing exercise in my house and then also, okay, stretching. My goodness, crazy. Wait a little bit in between stretches. Not too much to talk about. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just hold the stretch for about 30 seconds. You count in your head. Oh, there is something important. You gotta breathe properly. So if you're yapping like I am, probably not doing the best job. Oh, you wanna take deep breaths in, man. Okay. What the heck? Oh, yeah. Am I even that tight in these areas? I want to say no. I want to say I'm doing a pretty decent job there. Kind of feeling stuff out. I'll do my stretches and then I'll do the holds after. I'm thinking upper body right now. I could do a little chest stretch. Maybe 1 or 2 sets of that is fine. I always feel like I do this one wrong. Okay, so chest up. I rotate away from the wall. It's pretty shitty. I could fall asleep. Oh. And if I'm gonna be honest, most of the stretching I need to do is not in my upper body, guys. Yeah, I actually suppose I should tell you guys what that one is. So there's a little ledge there that I'm holding on. Essentially, I'm trying to stretch out and decompress the spine a little bit um, by pushing my hips back and sinking my chest. If I can hold on to something really, really good and I can kind of rotate, I can get some stretch through my lats and so on and so forth. But I don't know if I can get that here. Maybe if I go to the edge. And I hold the wall. Actually, yeah, I can't get my lat. And there's something I should mention. When it comes to stretching and finding more flexibility, you can stretch and you can get more flexibility and you can get some development from that for sure. But I think what makes it even better is if you strengthen, right? Because let's just say you stretch and then you open up your hips, right? The more that you do movements, you know, after your hips have been stretched, exercises after your hips have been stretched, and your newfound range of motion, then you're gonna build more strength in that range of motion. It's gonna be more permanent, you know, you're gonna be able to stick with that, you know what I mean? When you start moving around and like if you just did stretches and then stopped, you know, versus moving, doing things, like say you have very tight hamstrings and then there's a range of motion you're not used to going to, but then you train and that new range of motion you just got, I feel like that just sticks. Not even I feel like it. My experience is that the flexibility just tends to stay instead of go away, right? So stretching and strengthening positions is really the goal for flexibility for me. Kind of go down and you just reach all the way down, right? Also stretch your hamstrings. But I do it really slow, so I kind of tuck in my chin, slowly roll down. Ugh. Yeah. Boy. Yeah, just getting down there, I feel like there's like strings running through my glute, running through my hams. Oh, that hurts though. I can get my full palm now, but then like my hamstrings, they go so crazy. Oh, what the? Wow. Just trying to stretch these things. Brutal. I mean, for things that are pretty hard to stretch, I generally try and stretch them in a session. At the very least, 3 times for 30 seconds. If it's like a super bad area, you know, on the upper extreme, if I can really only stretch something once a week, I'll stretch it like maybe 5 times for 30 seconds in that session. A stretch that you haven't seen, hopefully I don't mess it up. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna cross one leg over the other, kind of like this. And then you're gonna take your hand, I'm trying to remember which, okay. So there's a back leg, you're gonna slide your hand down your back leg. Okay, and then after that, you're gonna push your hip that way. So this hip goes there, then you raise your arm up and then you're gonna hold that. This one, that's a pretty neglected one for me. Let's go ahead and jump in there. release. Holy sheesh. Instead of just stretching the whole time all the way into something. And that I say, I've just found it more effective for a stretching routine to take breaks in between the sets, and it's just easier to not overstretch or get yourself in a very uncomfortable position. I don't know, for me it just makes sense. I think I also watched a video on it one time with this guy named, I'm trying to remember his name, but he's a super flexible dude, and he talked about how he programs his stretches into sets. He's a very, very, very flexible person. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, definitely don't want to stretch so hard that you hurt your body. That's counterintuitive. I'm not supposed to be doing that. As I was sitting here, I just remembered that we're also going to be doing quads. Okay. So, we're going to see how we get our shoulders done, okay? So my dance instructor showed me this. It's actually to get the back of my shoulder, which is a pretty wild spot. So hand on hip. Let's see here, my hand is this way, pointed out. And then what I do, this is a very aggressive stretch, by the way. I drop this shoulder down here. I'll show you. Take the shoulder. I drop it here. Oh, this is gonna be on thumbnail. Then I push the shoulder against the knee, and from this position, just try and straighten my chest up very lightly, you pull that chest up, and then you push against that arm. And yeah, you feel a stretch straight through there. You don't want to go hard at all because you don't want to bust your shoulder up, but you want to feel a light stretch through, and there it is, it's nice. You don't want to be aggressive with this one because it's a very sensitive position. Bust your shoulder up real nicely. Anyways, I woke up this morning and became a pretzel. How was your morning? I don't know. I'm not like one of those delectable pretzels. Delectable, that's an interesting word. But you know, I'm not very tasty. You know, you wouldn't salt me and then eat me, except you know, maybe if you're my girlfriend you might, but everyone else wouldn't do that. It's a very fucking weird thing to say. Oh my goodness. Ooh, shoulders. Kind of like Spider-Man this morning. Don't know why. Like a brand new man, got a new voice. This is just a side effect of good shoulder stretches. You sound really deep voiced. Imagine that was a side effect. It's like, hey, the stretch is really great, guys, but there's a small side effect. What are we doing? Of course I'm doing hips. Look at the position my hips are in. I'm such a genius. Anyways, hip stretch here. So you get your foot down and you kind of lean your weight forward, letting this back leg stay down, chest is up. Ah. Okay, come on, be nice, knee. My knee on the ground is like, why? Stretch my arm up. Oh, press my hip down into the floor. And we're just gonna chillax here. Okay. Some people, they dip and they twist. I'm just gonna chill. This is enough. I'll be able to see. I guess I'll give you guys a view. Basically, drop the front leg. And what you'll see I'll do with this hip is I'm going to stabilize this leg, and then I'll drop forward, so I'm leaning forward. And as I'm leaning forward, I'm letting this back leg here drop into the ground, and I kind of lean and I push down this knee here. And then, yeah, just for another review and understanding of what the heck is going on with me. Well, actually, funny enough, last night my right knee, this one here, it was just giving me weird pains and soreness for like hours. It's very uncomfortable. It's underneath my knees because I want to protect them a little bit. Wish I did this before. So with the quad stretch, there's a couple different ones you can do. You can do some with one leg, so you can keep one leg down, keep one leg extended. You'll stretch your hamstrings. Am I just showing people hamstring stretch? I'm trying to remember the one. I think it's the one where you, okay, yeah, you have something, you pull on this leg and then you freaking, yeah, there we go. Okay, so you have this quad stretch. You might be saying, what the heck is he doing? I can't even see. Fuck. I fell over. Okay, let me show you. See, you're here, right? And I gotta like pass my foot to myself. Other side, there we go. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh shit. Come here. Come here, if I can. I got my leg. Anyways, got my leg. Ooh, don't you push down. Don't you, okay. I'm pushing my leg down by mistake. Anyway, you grab this thing, you're pulling on it, you can lean, boom, you get a quad stretch there. Single. Alright, that was hard. No, we're gonna do this. We're just gonna sit on our knees. And then, oh, I hear the cracks. Just gonna sit and we're just gonna relax on them. It's gonna stretch my ankle a bit as well. And you gotta just sit down. If I need, I can push down. So you gotta stretch with a quad stretch like this one. You wanna think about pushing your knees into the floor as much as you can. And then bam, you're there. Kind of like a pseudo bridge too. Like I just keep pressing my knees down, stretches them. Get two birds with one stone. Be a little awkward for you though if your ankles don't feel very good. That's why sometimes I don't prefer this one for quads, just because of the strange ankle feeling. You can of course like point your toes into the ground as well, but then I can't find the angle I want without doing some gymnastics to get there. But yeah, I mean the single leg one is probably fine. And now for the butt. Last one. I'll lay down, we're gonna do glutes. Here's what's gonna happen. There's a couple different glute stretches. I'll actually show you the one. I'll show you the one first. The one that people are probably most accustomed to is that good old piriformis stretch. So basically, you take one foot, you place it on the ground, you cross over, and then you pull on this knee towards the chest. I feel like most people are used to this one. Very effective. You feel it straight through the glutes here. There's nothing wrong with it. I might actually do it, but the other one that you can do is the pigeon stretch. So you see this knee? I don't know if you can see. Okay, so I drop this knee here. Oof. I drop this leg back. I'm like this, right? After that I sit. I can kind of lay down into it. I try and get this leg as square as possible. And I descend it and I fall. Right? Okay. Okay. Alright guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it guys. That was this morning for me. I might do some core exercises when I come home. I kind of want to, if I'm gonna be real, but for now that's it for the morning. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.